In this video, let us learn how to perform Playwright installation or installing Playwright for JavaScript. The installing Playwright for JavaScript, it requires download and installation of NodeJS and afterwards download and install the VS Code. So we can perform step-by-step operation now. First we need to download and install the NodeJS. First we need to go to official website. The official website for Node.js is nodejs.org. Click on download. So here the Windows, currently we need to download the latest version, Windows 64-bit version. The current version is v22.18. So just click on Windows installer to download the Node.js. Yes, the download has completed now. Once after download is completed, the file is available in the download folder. Right click and just click on open to install the Node.js. Yes, click on next button and accept the license agreement and click on next button and next. Okay, just click on yes button. It takes some time to install the Node.js. So once after installing the Node.js, the first step we need to go to the installed path. The installed path is C drive, program files, Node.js. In this particular path only it has installed. So the same path should be available in the our system environment variable. It's supposed to add automatically. If it's not added, we can add explicitly. So just right click on this PC. So now right click on this PC, properties, advanced system settings, environment variables. In system environment variable, select path and click on edit. Yes, this path is available automatically. If it is not available means now if it is not available, we need to copy this particular path and add explicitly in environment variable. Anyhow, in our case, it's added automatically. Once after installing the Node.js, we need to verify the node in command prompt. How we can able to verify node in command prompt? Just open the command prompt in administrative mode or normal mode. Just type the command node-v. So it has to display the latest version of node and check about npm version also, which is the npm version is available currently. So it is 11.2.0. Yes, the node has installed properly in our machine. Once after getting the confirmation that the Node.js is installed properly, the next step we need to go for download and install the VS Code. So again, go to browser and go to official website. In our case, it is a code.visualstudio.com. This is the official website of our VS Code. So once after navigating the official website, see, click on download. The same official website I'm going to specify at here. So this is the official website. So now click on download. So we can able to install Windows or Mac and Linux environment. So currently our machine is Windows, so we can click on download. So it takes time to download the VS Code. So click on here. Okay. Yes, the download is completed. Once after download is completed, it takes some time to download. We will cross check now whether the download has Yes, so the download is completed. Once the download is completed, so we need to install the VS Code now. So in order to install the VS Code, right click and just open and accept the license and click on next button and click on next button. So in this way, click on next button to install the VS Code. It takes a few minutes to install the VS Code. Once after installing the VS Code, just click on finish to launch the VS Code. Currently, we can just close this VS Code and we can close the next step. Once after installing the Node.js and as well as the VS Code, now we need to set up the environment for Playwright for JavaScript. So how we can able to do? First, we need to create a folder structure. Playwright QA automation. Just create this particular folder, and this folder should contain two subfolders. So which one means demo workspace, and second one current workspace. So we need to create these two folder. So and in demo workspace we can create a Playwright project, and the same project will push into our GitHub repository. The same repository we will clone into current workspace. This is the setup we would like to do. So for that purpose, first I would like to go to C drive. First create one folder. The folder name is Playwright QA automation. So in this particular folder, we need to create two subfolders. Demo workspace and next one current workspace. Next one more folder called current workspace. So now in demo workspace, we can create one particular project. We can create a folder. So the main observation here, suppose if you are trying to create a React project, while running the command only, it allowing us to provide the project name. But in Playwright, we have to specify the project name at the beginning of while creating the Playwright project only. Before creating the Playwright project only, we have to specify the folder name. The same folder name is going to act as a Playwright project. So now I would like to create one particular folder in demo workspace. There is a test Playwright project. I just created a name called test Playwright project. So this particular test Playwright project is going to become our Playwright project. So once after creating this particular folder, so we should open the same folder in our VS Code. So currently, again, I would like to show the folder structure. The parent folder name is Playwright QA automation. It has two folders. One is demo workspace, another one is called current workspace. Because my intention is in this way, our intention at the beginning only, while after creating the Playwright project, we will run one or two programs, and afterwards we'll push the same project into GitHub repository. Okay, for that purpose, first we need to open the VS Code. Open the VS Code. In the VS Code, we should open our project now. Just open project, go to C drive, Playwright QA automation and demo workspace, and select the folder name called test Playwright project. So this project, the folder has opened. So close the welcome page. Now we need to create a Playwright project for JavaScript. Okay, how we can able to create a Playwright project for JavaScript? Go to official website of Playwright, playwright.dev. Just click on get started. So this is the installation step. So how we can able to install the Playwright means there is a command called npm init playwright@latest. So always prefer this official website in order to proceed with our Playwright automation. So copy this particular the npm command and go to our VS Code, click on terminal, new terminal. So just paste this particular command, npm command. Just click on, press enter. So it is asking to, okay, what type of project we would like to proceed, either TypeScript or JavaScript. Currently we need JavaScript. And where do you put your end-to-end tests? Okay, I would like to expand this particular one. Currently it's not. So end-to-end test, it should be under tests folder. Tests folder name is called tests. Press enter. So GitHub action workflow. Currently it's not required. Just press enter. So install Playwright browsers. So already I installed the browser. I would like to just press yes. Press Y. So and so it is installing the Playwright tester. So once after installation is done, just go through here. So there are some folders, node_models was generated, tests examples, git ignore, package-log.json, package.json, playwright configuration. So here, so once after, so in this, inside that directory, you can run several commands. I would like to copy paste it here because we need to understand this one in depth. So no, not that one. Again, I am trying to copy the commands which are provided by the Playwright during installation. Okay, press enter. So it's not copying. So that's fine. We can discuss here only. So what are the sections are available? See, npx playwright test. This indicates so how we can able to run our Playwright test, because as soon as if we can provide this particular commands list in the console, so it was providing more knowledge for us, more knowledge to us only. So that's the reason we need to explore one by one. npx playwright test. This command is used to execute our Playwright test, and npx playwright test -ui. So it allowing us to run our Playwright test in interactive mode. That's called the interactive UI mode. Suppose by default Playwright supports Chromium, Firefox and WebKit. Suppose we would like to run our test script on a specific browser. So either it can be Chromium or Firefox or WebKit. We need to provide similar kind of command. Suppose we would like to run our Playwright. Suppose we have a multiple test. We would like to run a specific test. In this case, we need to provide npx playwright test, and that particular test name we need to provide. Suppose we need to run our Playwright test in a debug mode. Yes, we need to provide -debug. Suppose we would like to do some record and playback. Suppose we need to record our UI actions. Okay, in this case, you need to perform which one? npx playwright code gen. So npx playwright code gen, it allowing us to record the steps. And another one, so npx playwright test, what it will do? The npx playwright test, yes, of course it is used to run our test cases. Okay, and again here, and check out the following files. So what the exact meaning of this one means? It is telling under a test. Under a test, it was created on file called example.spec.js. So this is the example.spec.js. It contains sample test. It contains sample test. Yes, we can try to understand that particular sample test. So now itself we can see. So this test contains import from Playwright module. So this is nothing but a TS command only. Okay, that's fine. And it having a test. Okay, it has a multiple test. So this is the one sample test file it contains. So the second file under a test and the same hierarchy of tests, there is a tests-examples. The tests-examples again it contains one more spec file that is called this is a spec file. Again it contains some sample code it contains. And next one called the last one playwright.config.js. The playwright.config.js, this is the heart of the Playwright tool. The whole tool can be controlled by using this particular file only. So that's the reason it is the playwright.config.js. Okay. So currently, in order to proceed further, so what we can do, we can just type a command called clear. Okay. Now, so currently under a test, this file is not required. Anyhow, we are going to write our own. That's the reason I would like to delete this particular file. And next one, there is one more folder called tests-examples, and that is also not required. We will delete. So this is our current setup now. So okay, now we will create a first spec file. So right click on the test and click on new file, demo1.spec.js. This is the file I am just creating. It is a blank file. So once after creating the file, first we need to require our Playwright test, and it provides test and expect, test expect. So how we can able to, from where this particular module is available, just expand the node modules. Here we can able to see Playwright test. The same module only we have imported it here. So once after importing the Playwright module, so we'll start writing our test. So while writing the test, we can write the test in the form of function. So I would like to use traditional function, anonymous function, and arrow function. There are three approaches I would like to write a function, because when you can review some other person code, okay, some people may be writing the code in the form of traditional function. Some people are writing in the form of anonymous function, and some people are writing in the form of arrow function. So I would like to describe three approaches now. The first test, I would like to create the first test. First Playwright test. So just I'm using async function display. The picture I'm using as a page. So this is the first test we are writing. So log console.log running first Playwright test using traditional function. I can just return some content here. So once after writing this function, so we would like to run this particular function. So how we can able to run the function? So as we observed in our previous, once after creation of Playwright project, we saw some list of commands. We can try to use the same commands to run the Playwright test. Currently we have only one test. As soon as if we can run, we are getting the 3 test case result. So we'll try to run it. So it's telling the running 3 tests. And all 3 are passed. So one observation here. Currently we have only one test, but it is giving 3 tests. The reason is in this way. We need to go to playwright.config.js in this particular file. So currently it was running fully parallelly. It is a true. It means currently it has a 3 browsers. One is Chromium and Firefox and WebKit. That's the reason each test it is running on Chromium, Firefox and as well as WebKit. I would like to comment because we would like to run only for one browser only one. That's the reason I would like to comment this particular one. So afterwards, if you want, if you can make it as a which in fully parallel is equal to false, we can make it because anyhow we have commented 2 browsers. Obviously, it is going to run only one browser called Chromium. So now again, if you can run, so now it is running only one test because that is on Chromium only. Okay, how we can able to make sure whether it was running on Chromium? Okay, that's the reason means only one test. So how we can able to do means, so we can see npx show hyphen report. So it was opening a one report now. If we can click on, see on the Chromium only it was running our first test. Now we will try to write the second test. In the second test second Playwright test. So I written a second Playwright test. In this particular Playwright test, we will try to use anonymous function. So what is anonymous function? Means the function which doesn't have a name. So async, you are using the function keyword and use the page fixture. Okay, and write it console.log. So running second Playwright test using anonymous function. So currently we are using anonymous function approach to write our second test. So now again save this particular setup and again go and currently the report is running. So currently click on here in the terminal, Control C. So it was terminating that particular process. Okay, just clear, and currently again we'll run the second test now. So currently we are running first and second together. So it is giving the result card. The 2 has passed. The 2 test cases passed. Now again I would like to write the third test. The third test I would like to write the arrow function because most of the people are preferring arrow function only. Even if you can write anonymous approach, so this is called anonymous approach of writing the function. Even if you can use traditional approach, everything is fine only because I would like to demonstrate 3. You can use anything. Test third Playwright test. So in this case we are using arrow function page. So in the arrow function, so we can write it console.log running third Playwright test using arrow function. Yes, we can save this particular code. So once after saving this particular code, again we can run now. So currently there are three functions are available. So three test cases. The first test case, we have written a traditional function approach. The second test, we have written a anonymous function approach. The third one, we have written a arrow function approach. Now again I would like to run Playwright test. So it was executing three test cases and all three become pass. If you would like to see the report, yes, you can open this one. So we can run the same command called show-report. We can able to view the report. So in this report, see, this is the first test case result, and this is the second one, and this is the third test case result. If you would like to see the study out, we can able to see the output, console output also we can able to view. Now we can write the second test. In second test, we'll apply the basic assertion. Again, we'll open our Playwright. Again, we can try to create a second test. Yes. So again here, we need to import our module, that is the require Playwright test. Constant expect, this is the first line, it should be available in each and every test. So now we can write a first test now. Test first assertion test. So currently we will apply for all the examples, all the test cases only with arrow function. So async page. So even if we can use anonymous and traditional function also fine. So now we can apply the expect. I'll just provide 125 dot to be 125. So here we are, our expected is 125. Sorry, our expected is 125 and actual means we are comparing both the value, expected and actual value we are comparing. So we are expected is 125 and actual also this is 125. Okay, so now if we can run this particular test, Control C. So currently when I'm trying to run our test, actually I'm expecting this particular test result alone, but by default it is executing 4 test cases. So if you can see, we are getting the 4 test case result. Okay, what is the reason behind? So the command npx Playwright test, by default it is going to execute all the test cases. So if you would like to run a particular test, so in this case we need to provide the command npx test, the particular test path only we need to provide. So which one means in our case that is a demo2.spec.js. So now if we can run, so currently how to run all the tests and how we can able to run a particular or specific test. So now if we can copy, so before doing clear this one, and if we can provide this particular step, now it was executing only one test alone. Okay, this is the test only it has executed. So based on this particular approach, we can run single test or multiple test. The second one, I would like to run test second assertion test. So here one observation that the test name should not be duplicate. Async so even if we can provide expect, we can provide 10.175 to be 10.175. So again if we can run, it is executing two tests and it's making two tests as pass. And again we can make it as a one more test in this way, greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to. Suppose if we can write test third assertion test async. Suppose I provided expect is 250 dot to be greater than or to be greater than or equal to. So you can specify to be greater than, so 150. So if 250 is greater than 150, okay, then obviously this particular test will become pass. So again clear this one, again you can run the test. So currently it is running 3 tests. So all 3 are become pass. Suppose in this particular approach, suppose I would like to run only for this particular test alone, I want to run third test. So how I can able to achieve it? So for that purpose I need to use only option I need to use. So now if we can execute, it will execute only the third assertion test, only it will execute. So in order to make sure whether it was executed third assertion test alone, so for that purpose we can go for show report. So you can see the third assertion test only it was executed. So in this only we can able to make sure. So again press Ctrl C in the terminal. So again if we can do clear. Suppose I want to run first and third only. I don't want to run the second one. How we can able to do means, yes, you can write a skip. If we can run, so it was executing the first and the third test only it has executed. See, it was clearly telling one is skipped and two are passed. How we can able to make sure which one it has skipped and which one it was executed? For that purpose, again if we can go with the show report. So currently we can able to see how many tests, the two tests, how many passed, two are got passed, first and third. So how many skipped? See, the second test was skipped. Currently flake is 0 and failed is 0. Suppose if you would like to make something is failed, so how we can able to make something is failed means, so remove the skip, test, fourth assertion test, async, as I provided as a fourth test. In the fourth test, we can provide either greater than, less than, lot of option we can provide. Among them, we can try one string option. Expect, we can provide a string called sg software testing to contain if we can provide a software. So save this one and just try to run only for this particular test alone only. So how we can, so again Control C, clear, and try to run only that particular test, which is the one fourth, whether it contained software. Yes, it has passed. Similar way, you can write one more test also. Suppose if you can write it test fifth assertion test async page so now we can write expect, we can write, so which one means SG software testing. So here only we need to write includes. So this is a string only. SG software testing is a string. Includes means it represents contains either testing or software, anything you can write. Software, you can make it as a to be truthy. So now it is making the pass of this particular test. So currently we will run all the test. So it will execute all the 5 test cases. Suppose if you would like to make something as a fail, so how we can able to fail means, suppose the 4th test I would like to make it as a fail, I just provide software 1, and meanwhile I would like to skip the second test case. So I want to make one is failed and one is skipped. Okay, so now save this particular changes and run this particular test. So now if you can see, so whenever the test will fail, automatically the report will open. Yes, the report will open. What are the things? What are the observation means? We are skipping the, say now, all how many test cases? 4. Passing is 3. First, third and fifth. Failed is 1. Which is the failed? What is the reason got failed? So it was telling software 1 is not available. So the expected was which one? Software 1. But what is the string they are received? SG software testing. Among the SG software testing, it was expecting software 1. So because of that reason, it is not matching. So that's the reason. So it was failing. So again, if you can see how many has got skipped, one test got skipped. So in this way, we can able to see failed one and skipped one, passed one, the complete report we can able to see. So again, if we can make it as a correct. So here, the two contain, so greater than 150 and this one 125, these are comes as expected result only. Okay, currently we have written 5 test cases. So we have written save this particular changes. So keep this skip also, you can remove it. So currently we have written a test called demo 1 and demo 2. So the current setup, what are the Playwright project we have created? In the first, we'll revise one more time. In the demo 1, I have written a 3 approach of writing the test cases. The first one called which one? Traditional approach of writing the function. Second one, anonymous approach of writing the function. And third one, arrow function approach of writing the function. You can follow any one of the approach. Okay, that is, you can follow any one of the approach, but most of the people are preferring the arrow function. If someone is writing anonymous or a traditional approach also, it is always acceptable only. Okay, and next one, in second function, we written some of the few basic assertion and how we can able to skip the test and how we can able to run only one test and how to make the test has failed. So some of the fundamental things we have discussed. So now we need to discuss about how we can able to push this particular project into Git repository. So currently we need to discuss about the Git repository now, GitHub configuration. So we need to discuss about GitHub configuration in terms of SSH. In this video, let us learn how we can configure the GitHub using SSH or GitHub configuration using SSH for our existing project, the existing Playwright project. Currently, the existing Playwright project having two tests. Okay, thus for this particular project, we should configure the GitHub configuration. We will perform the GitHub configuration using SSH. So it takes two steps. One is GitHub account. Second one called, we should install Git client. The first one, GitHub account. So open the browser, navigate the URL https github.com. This is the official website of GitHub. In this particular official website, we should create the account. If you already have an account, you can click on sign in. If you are new to GitHub, click on sign up. So provide the valid email ID and next provide the password and provide the username and select your appropriate country and click on create account. So based on this particular navigation, you can create a GitHub account. So currently we have a GitHub account. I have a GitHub account, https github.com. Yes, I have a GitHub account. Okay, the next step, we need to install the Git client. So in order to install the Git client, we need to navigate to official website, that is git-acb.com, sem.com/downloads. So we can navigate this particular website. So which is a website means https git-sem.com downloads. So this is the website we need to navigate, sem.com downloads. So once after navigating this website, we have a three option here in order to download the Git client. Either you can use Mac OS, Mac edition, or Windows or Linux. Since our machine is Windows, we need to click on Windows. Again, in Windows, there are a lot of components are available. Always we need to download Git for Windows Cross 64 setup. This particular edition only we need to download. Just click on this particular component to download the Git client. So it takes some time to download the Git client depending upon our internet speed. Okay, yes, it has completed the download. Once after Git client has downloaded successfully, now we need to install the Git client. Right click on the .exe file, just open and follow and just click on next button and just click on next button to finish the installation. Yes, it takes some time to just blindly click on next button to finish the installation of Git client. So it takes some time to install the Git client. So once after installing the Git client, there should be an entry should be available in system environment variable path. There is a path variable in the system environment variables. In the path variable, there should be an entry called which one? The Git client entry should be available. So we'll cross check for that particular one. If it is not available, we should add it. So click on finish. So you can just close this particular release notes and go to this particular Windows Explorer. So right click on this PC, properties, advanced system settings. So there won't be any entry in here. So we need to provide the entry now. So how we can able to provide the entry? So since I kept it as open, that's the reason it has not provided an entry. Actually, it has to be provided automatically on entry now. Anyhow, okay, we can browse this particular path. Click on this PC, program files, and Git. So there is a path called CMD. This particular path we need to provide the entry. So click on OK. So once after, actually this it has to be automatically available in a path variable. If it's not available, we can add explicitly. So what is the path? C program files git cmd. So once after adding this particular path, how we can able to make sure whether the Git client has installed properly or not? So in order to make sure this one, go to any one of the directory, just right click and show more options. You should able to view these two options. Which one? Open Git bash here and open Git GUI here. This indicates the Git client has configured properly. So the first step, we have a GitHub account, we have a Git client. So currently we need to configure SSH only. GitHub SSH I need to configure. For that purpose, I need to generate SSH keygen. So SSH keygen in turn generates private and as well as public key. The private key for our system and public key we need to add into a GitHub account. So that one. So again I need to open the command prompt. So exit the already existing command prompt. You can just do exit. Now open a new command prompt. Open this particular command prompt, run as administrator, and please run one particular command. What is the command? ssh-keygen. So as soon as we can press enter, keygen. So it is asking for we need to provide the file name. Currently we no need to provide any file name. By default it is going to generate id underscore ed 25519. By using this particular name, it will generate private and public file. Just press enter. So since I have created this, I executed ssh-gen key command. I have created private and public key previously. That's the reason the file is already exist. It is asking me to overwrite. Yes, press Y and enter. So passphrase. What is the meaning of passphrase? We can provide additional authentication you can able to provide. Okay, currently that doesn't require. So now, so it was generated a public key in this particular path. So in this particular path, it was generated this particular public key. So now navigate this particular path, copy this particular content from this .pub file, and the same the content, it means the generated public key details we need to add into a GitHub account. So we will navigate this particular path. C drive, users, and there is a file called .ssh. Suppose if this particular .ssh file, if you are unable to view, so go to view and please show and please select hidden items, because dot files are comes under the hidden items. If it is not able to view, okay, go for this particular option. So currently it got selected, so we can able to view SSH. There are two files are available. So now we need to open this particular .pub file. So this is the file only it has generated. So I can open this particular command prompt. So check this, the same file only it's available here. Right click and open this particular file with notepad and copy this whole content, and don't copy any space or anything, just exactly copy this content. And now we can go to GitHub account. In GitHub, click on profile, because we need to add that particular public key in our GitHub SSH section. So click on profile, and here there is an option called settings. So here there is in the right hand side there is an option called SSH and GPG keys, and we need to generate a new SSH key. Already I provided a lot of keys for our demo purpose, so I would like to create a new SSH key. So we can provide a new the title. So currently I am going to provide the title called Playwright Automation. I just provided the name called Playwright Automation. And here key type is, there are two types of key types are available. One is authentication key, another is called signing key. So we need to select authentication key by default. And here in this particular section we need to paste our copied content. This content we have copied from this particular .pub file. So once after providing all this information, just click on add SSH key. Yes, the key has added now successfully. Once after adding the key, the next step, we need to create a repository now. The next step with respect to within the GitHub, we need to create a repository. Just go to, there is an option here, plus symbol, click on here. So it provides a flyout window. There is an option called new repository. Okay, and this option is available in other places also. Just you can follow this particular navigation. So new repository is available. Again, click on this particular flyout option. So the new repository option is available. So now click on this particular new repository. Okay, now provide the repository name. So I would like to provide the repository name as Playwright Automation Repository. I just given the name called Playwright Automation Repository. Yes, the name is available. And again, if you want to provide the description, we can able to provide. You can just provide automation repository. Anything you can provide. Okay, Playwright Automation Repository. Playwright Automation, that is optional, and you can make it as a public or private, but by default it is a public only we are selected. So no need to create a readme file and git ignore. Okay, yes, I'm going to show the git ignore in our project itself, Playwright project. We no need to add any license. Just after providing the repository name, Playwright Automation Repository, just click on create repository button. So it is creating the repository now. So Playwright Automation Repository, and by default it is selected SSH. Okay, in this particular learning, so we are preferring Playwright, we are preferring GitHub with SSH. So by default it is selected SSH. There is HTTP option also available. No, now we need to prefer only SSH. So the list of commands are available. We need to run these many commands in order to push our project. So currently our project is available. I would like to close some of the folders now. We'll close unnecessary folder. So at the beginning we have created a folder called Playwright QA Automation. it has two folders. One is demo workspace, another one called current workspace. In demo workspace only we kept our project. The same project only we would like to push into our Playwright automation repository. See, our current, the next piece, what the project it is available. This is a Playwright project. The same project we would like to push into Playwright automation repository and Playwright automation repository. Okay, this is the activity we have to do now. So now just right click on in this particular under demo workspace, right click and show more option and select git bash here. Open git bash here. I would like to expand this particular command prompt. So just make sure yes the demo workspace option is available. So just we need to make sure we are in the demo workspace. First we need to run the list of commands we need to run, which was provided by GitHub. So the first command called echo and second one called init and git add, commit, branch and git remote add origin and git push -u origin main. These are the commands we need to run step by step. Before running these commands, first we need to provide user.name and user.email. These two commands we need to provide. The first command called git config -- global user.name, we need to provide pgd. See how we can able to get the username means click on profile. So what the name we are going to get here, the same name only we need to provide. Git config -- global user.name pgd. That is the first command we need to run. Second command git config -- global user.email. We need to provide which email ID you were used to create a GitHub account. The same email ID we need to provide here. First user.name is the respective user and user.email the respective email ID we need to provide. So the use okay, once after providing these two one, the next command we should run the git init. So currently we no need to create a readme file because anyhow we have a project, the same project only we would like to push. So that's the reason the next command we are running is git init. Yes. So as soon as if we can run the git init, it was creating a .git file in our demo workspace. Yes, it is created a .git file. And the next command we should run git add. We no need to add a readme file. We would like to add our complete project. That's the reason git add space dot we need to provide. Yes, it is added our complete project. Once after adding our complete project, we need to commit it. So we need to run a command git commit -m initial draft. You can provide any name. I just provided a name called initial draft. So once after running the command, currently it is showing the master branch only. It should be main branch. That's the reason we need to run a command git branch -m main. So we need to run a command git branch -m uppercase main. So as soon as if we can run this particular command, so it changes into the main branch. So now we need to add to make sure whether we are in the SSH. Yes, currently we are in the SSH. Git remote add origin. Copy this particular git command and paste it here and run this particular command. So once after successful execution of this particular command, and again we can make sure it should be git@github. it should not having different name. So because we have selected SSH, and last command called git push -u origin main. Copy this particular command and run this one. So it was pushing our complete project into the repository. Which is the repository means in the Playwright automation repository, it was pushed our complete project. Test Playwright project. If you can open this particular project under test, yes, we have same two spec file, demo1 and demo2. So currently we have achieved which one? We have created one repository, and in the repository, which is a stable project, the same project we are pushing. So okay, currently the project which is available, our test Playwright project, which is available in the demo workspace, we are pushing into our repository called GitHub repository, Playwright automation repository. Yes, the project is available. The next step, we need to go to our folder structure. There is a current workspace. So what is the main goal of our current workspace? See, currently we have created one repository as administrator. So as automation engineer, so we would like to clone that particular repository into current workspace. Under current workspace, we need to clone the same repository in our current workspace. How we can able to clone means, go to our repository. There is an option called code here. So just click on code. So under SSH, see, this is a clone option. So we are getting this particular URL. Either you can copy or you can just click on copy URL to clipboard. Just I have done the copy clipboard to copy URL to clipboard. That option I selected. So now we can go to which one means current workspace. In the current workspace, I would like to clone our GitHub repository here. So here afterwards, okay, we will use only this particular repository, and in this particular repository which project is available, in the same project only we can start writing our remaining automation code. So click on show more option. Here we have a open git bash here. We can try to expand it and again cross check. Currently we are in the current workspace. Yes, we are in the current workspace. In the same folder only we are navigated. Now git clone. So run this particular command git clone and provide the clone URL. Currently the clone URL is pasted here. Just enter. Yes, the same repository, the GitHub repository is cloned at here. So once after GitHub repository cloned at here, now, so this is a command we are running to clone our repository. Now once after we are cloning become successful, now we can run the exit command. Okay, we can close this particular one. So now open the GitHub. So previously we are opening this particular project from demo only. Instead of demo, we should open from the same project from current workspace. So instead of demo workspace, go to parent. Currently, previously we opened the same project, Playwright project from demo workspace, and the same project we are pushed into our GitHub repository. So same project, same repository we have cloned at here, current workspace. So just open the current workspace. Under current workspace, we have Playwright automation repository. Open the Playwright automation repository. We have a project called test Playwright project. So open this particular project. So open this particular project. It is a good practice. Open the terminal and just run a command called npm install. Yes. So once after executing the npm install, to make sure whether these files are executing properly or not, so we'll provide a command npx playwright test tests demo2.spec.js. We can run this particular command. So we can press enter now. So all tests become pass as this particular repository is working fine. So the project is working fine. Now I would like to type clear option. So now I would like to create a new test now. So this test is responsible for launching the browser or navigating the URL. So we can write a test. So new file. I'll just provide a name called sample1.spec.js. So the first option, we need to import our module. Require. So Playwright test. So we need to provide test expect. Test expect we need to provide. So we need to start creating the project. Test. What is the main purpose we need to create a project here? Of course, we are learning a new step called how we can able to interact with the web application, and parallelly how the new changes we can push into our main branch. So two things we need to learn. Okay. First, we need to write our test. Navigate to W3 School application URL. You can take any one application URL. So we can write async page we need to write. So now await page.goto. We need to provide the URL of our application. So which is the URL of our application? That's the W3 School. We'll try now. w3school.com. So copy the same URL and paste it here. So while providing the URL, always remember we should provide HTTPS protocol. It is a mandatory one. So HTTP or HTTPS you need to provide. So once after navigating the URL, so first step, await page.title. We need to capture the title. The title we can able to store it in one constant variable title. So we'll try to print the variable value now. Console.log title. We can print the title. Similar way, we can able to capture URL. So we can store it in a variable. The same, the variable value will try to print. Application URL. So now we can try to run this particular test now. First we need to make sure whether this particular test will work fine or not. So how we can able to run? So in this particular the terminal, provide a command npx playwright test, because as soon as if we can run, it will run all the tests. We need to run specific test. That's the reason test slash, what is the name of the test? Sample 1.spec.js. So by default it is going to run in headless mode only. So as soon as if we can press enter, by default it is going to run in headless mode. So the test become pass, but it was running in a headless mode. So we don't want to run in a headless mode. we would like to run in a headed mode, means we need to provide an option called headed. Again press enter. So now it will be running in a, it will launching the browser. So it was navigating the W3 school. Again it has closed. See now it was capturing the title of the web page and it was printing the which one capture, and it was printing the title and as well as the URL. So now we have written one small test case. Once after writing the test case, we have to push into our main branch. How we can able to push? See, currently I would like to exit this particular command. See, whenever you would like to push our new test cases into a main branch, so first we need to go to here and right click and open the git bash at here. Currently we are in the project only. Currently we are in the project. So which one means Playwright automation repository. Currently we are in the that particular repository. This is the path. We are in this particular current path only. Playwright automation repository. The first step, so we need to make sure here. Currently we are in the main branch. We can't able to push the same code from main branch to main branch. It's not a acceptable one. For that purpose, the first we need to create a one local branch first. So once after, how we can able to create a git branch? So it is going to show currently we are in the main branch. So I would like to create one more branch, git branch. Again, one more thing. Previously, what the code we have written here, the code we have written in a main branch only. Okay, now we need to create a local branch. Again, we need to modify the code. Again, we'll try to push. I'm just giving the name called QA branch. I given the name called QA branch. So again, if you can type a command called git branch, it is going to display what are the branches that are available. It contains main and as well as QA, but it is currently pointing to which one? Main branch. We need to point to our QA branch. How we can able to point to our QA branch means git checkout QA branch. So now it was pointing to QA branch. So once after pointing to QA branch, go to your test, add some assertion now. What is the assertion? We need to add await expect page dot to have title. To have title. What is the title? Just anyhow. The title is available here. Instead of going to inspector window, better you can copy paste from here. To have a title. Again, similar way, await expect page dot to have URL. So URL also better you can copy from the console itself. Anyhow, in the console the URL is available. Yes, I just provided the URL and both the things. Save this particular code and just make it the clear and execute one more time. They will make sure so whether it become a pass, because since we have provided an assertion, yes, our test become pass. So once after adding this particular program, once after adding this particular code, so we'll go to our git bash here command. So we need to check, we need to view the status now. Git status. As soon as if you can provide the git status, yes, there is only one file is available. It is available in the local branch, but the same file it is not available in the main branch. Okay, that's the reason we will try to add this particular file. So how we can able to add? See the changes now. It is available in the local branch. The changes the same changes which are not available in the main branch. So for that purpose, what we should do here means, again go to GitHub, click on this one. So that particular file is not at all available. So that is the reason what it indicates. The same file, which one sample1.spec.js is available in the local branch, but if it's not available in the main branch. What we have to do, we have to push this particular file, and afterwards we have to merge with the main branch. So how we can able to do this particular one? Copy this one and paste it in a notepad. The path, again copy the same text. We can come here, we can add this particular file, git add this particular file. Once after adding this particular file, we should commit this particular changes. Commit -m navigate application URL. Just we have provided some comment. So now we need to type git push. So since we have created a QA branch and this is the first time you are doing the push, so first time it is giving the some fatal error message. So the same, what is the fatal error message it is providing, and it is giving some suggestion. This is the command we should run in order to push our changes. So copy this particular command, paste it here. The same command we need to run one more time. We can run here. As soon as if we can run, so it was pushing the changes into our repository. So currently go to our GitHub repository. The repository name is Playwright Automation Repository. Click on here. Immediately we can able to see compare and pull request. So this option is allowing us to create a pull request. So click on the pull request whenever the people are pushing any new changes into our repository. It always asking us to create a pull request. Click on pull request. So we need to provide the title and we need to provide the appropriate description, and in the real time we need to provide the user story name and what are the scenarios we have identified, and this particular test belongs to which test case. Okay, and everything we need to provide here. Currently I will provide in this way. This test navigates w3schools.com application URL. It captures title and URL of the application. It verifies title and URL of the application. Actually, we need to provide more elaborative way and more detailed approach we need to provide. The reason why we need to provide more description means because other people can able to understand what is the purpose of this particular pull request, and they can able to verify. So here we need to add reviewers. Okay, but currently our account is, we are the administrator and we are the user. So that's the reason. So we don't have a, if it is a collaborative, yes, we can able to add the reviewers. Currently it's not a collaborative account. So that's the reason we can't able to add the reviewers. Okay, because it is a single user only. So now we need to click on the create pull request. But in the real time, once after adding the reviewers, as soon as if we can click on create pull request, immediately the notification will send to all the reviewers. So they have to review your PR pull request and they need to approve. So currently I'm going to click on create pull request. So immediately merge pull request button become enabled. But in the real time, once everyone has approved, then only this button will become enabled. But currently here, we haven't added any reviewers. Once after click on create pull request button, immediately the merge pull request option got enabled. Now click on merge pull request. The main purpose here means what are the new test case we have pushed into our repository. We are from the local repository, from local branch called QA branch. We are merging into main branch. See, we have two things here. We have a QA branch. In our repository, we have a main branch. So we are pushing from QA branch to main branch, and we are merging from the changes from QA branch into main branch. That's the reason merge pull request, and we need to do confirm merge. Once after merging, again click on our repository, say open our project, expand our test. See, the now new test is available now. This is the test only. We are merging into main branch. So currently our branch is a main branch. So our local branch is a QA branch. So from local branch to main branch, we are pushing pushing and merging our, okay, which one means new test case. Okay. So now I would like to add one more test now. So what is the test I would like to add now means, again I want to create sample. Instead of sample, I want to do login.spec.js. So we can write one test script to perform the login action. So to perform this particular login action, okay, this is the first time we are interacting with our web application. So again, same thing, require so we need to Playwright test. It always provides test and expect. So we can write one test now. What is the test name? Login into Orange HRM application. So this sample application is available. We can log in into that particular application. We need to apply the picture as a page. So now we need to perform the login into our application. So await page.goto. So now we need to provide the URL of our application. So which is the URL of our application means, so we need to navigate to, so this is the application URL. This is a sample application URL only. So copy this particular URL. We need to provide it here. So once after navigating the application URL, the next step, so we can able to verify the URL. Expect await, we'll just provide await expect page dot to have title. So we can go here and go to inspector window. So this is the title of our application. The same title we can just provide it here. Once after providing the title, so we need to enter the username and enter the password we should do. So how we can able to enter the username and password means, Based on the inspector window, we can identify the XPath and CSS we should do. So of course we can do it in an inspector also. Instead of, we can install one of the extension, the Chrome extension, that is called the selector hub. Selectors hub, Chrome extension we need to install, selector hub extension download. So if you can provide, so it is asking the option card, so which one means selector hub, Chrome web store, and we can go with the official website. So you can use anyone. So selector hub, what is the use of selector hub? In selector hub we can get the XPath and CSS, the automatically we can able to get. It will speed up our work. So I would like to go for selector hub, Chrome web store. So click on this Chrome web store. So already I have added, that's the reason it is showing remove from Chrome. So suppose if I not added means, if it is the first time, when you are adding a first time, it is asking add to Chrome. So click on add to Chrome. Yes, the selector hub will be added to your Chrome browser. So once after adding the Chrome selector hub into a Chrome browser, so we can right click on inspector window. So just navigate here. So in the here we can able to see selector hub, because we need to click on two arrow mark symbol. So then only you can able to see selector hub. So now we can start writing the code. The username is admin, password is admin123. Just I would like to inspect on username. Automatically the relative XPath and relative CSS selector got generated automatically. So copy the relative XPath, come to our code, start writing the code now. Page dot locator, you can provide the appropriate locator, which one you have copied from selector hub. Dot fill means it enters the code, the test data. In our case it is admin, a uppercase. So once after providing the username, I need to provide a password. So again inspect on the password. So again automatically the relative XPath, or you can select relative CSS path, got generated. Copy the anyone, either relative CSS selector or relative XPath, anything you can just copy. Again we can provide await page dot locator dot fill. You can provide password, which is our password, admin123. This is the password. I can go here, they provided admin123. After entering the username password, we need to perform the click operation on login. So this is the login button. So select the relative XPath, copy this one and start writing our code. Await page dot locator. Now we need to perform the click operation. So now save this particular code and we'll run this particular test. So once it is running fine, again we'll push the same code into our main branch. Currently we are writing all the code in a local branch, QA branch only. So from here to we need to merge into main branch. First we need to run our code. The name of the file is login.spec. Just I'm changing here. Instead of sample1, I'm changing as a login. Press enter. We are running in a headed mode. Now it has to launch the browser and it has to navigate the URL and it has to perform it has to enter the username password. Okay, because execution, it become fast. Execution is very fast. So I would like to provide timeout. Actually, it is not a preferable one. I'm just using timeout. Wait for timeout. Just provide the timeout called 4000 milliseconds. Just I would like to show whether it will be whether it was logged in successfully or not. In order to make sure purpose only, I'm just providing the timeout. Again, it was navigating the URL. So now it is displaying the home page. So it indicates, yes, it is login into the application successfully. The same code we will push into our main branch. So how we can able to push into main branch? Again, we need to follow the same steps. What is the step? Again, the same command called git status. Remember, this is the fundamental job of automation engineer. As in when they are writing a new test, once the test is working fine as per the sprint, if they are existing test case, they are converting into automation code. The next step they have to push into the main branch, git status. So it is telling this file is available in the QA branch, but the same file is not available in the main branch. So there is a reason copy this particular test, copy and paste it in a notepad. So since we are copying from the command prompt, there is a reason just I am pasting in the notepad first. Okay. So now, we need to add this particular test. So how we can able to add, paste, enter. Yes, it was added. Once after adding, we need to commit -m. So which one means navigate orange HRM application. Navigate and login orange HRM application. Yes, just press enter. So now we need to type git push. So previous when you are pushing it first time, it was showing the error message. Now it won't show any error message. Directly it is going to push because this is the second time we are pushing our code. So it was become successful. So once after pushing our code, again we can go to our GitHub repository, click on here. So yes, we are pushing properly. See, the command is successful, but it is not providing an option called compare and pull request. So if this particular option is not available, even though we can able to create a pull request, how we can able to create the pull request? See, remember, if it is providing an option called compare and pull request, yes, it is easy to create a pull request. If it is not provided that option, if that is the case, click on pull request option. So here there is an option called new pull request. Click on it. So it was showing an arrow mark. Base is main, compare is main. Because compare means we need to go from our local branch, QA branch to main branch. Select this one as a QA branch. Compare as a QA branch. Base is the main. And create a pull request. So again now we are getting the same option only. Navigate and login orange HRM application. The same option is available. If you want to add reviewers, we can't able to add the reviewers. So just click on create pull request, or you want to add the discretion, we can able to add it. So now currently we can click on create pull request button. An option called merge pull request is enabled. Click on it and confirm merge. So now we can navigate to our project under a test. Now we can see one file called which one login.spec.js. So currently what we have done, we are log into our application. So now I would like to do one more option. I want to create the one more test, login and logout. Yes, select the test now. Same application only. Login logout.spec.js. So this is the test I would like to create. So instead of typing one more time, just I would like to copy paste the same existing code because I would like to add only for logout option I would like to add it here. So currently the same test case is available. We no need to use wait for Once after click on login button, so we will verify with the title. We'll verify with the title, and we can verify with the URL also. How we can able to verify with the URL? Expect of page dot to have URL. So we'll go to our application. So here our application is available. So once after entering the username admin and password is admin123, so it has provided on URL. The same URL I'm going to provide it here to make sure whether it is working fine. So for the assertion purpose. So once after log into the application, the next step, so I would like to click on this particular icon. So it provides the logout option. We need to do logout. So again, we can inspect on this window. Currently, it was provided on relative XPath. Called this is a relative XPath got generated. Copy this particular XPath and provide await page.locator. So we can provide the locator dot click option. So once after providing the locator dot the image, the next step is logout option is available. Now click on inspect logout option. For the same logout, we have a XPath in the selector hub. Automatically, the respective XPath, relative XPath or relative CSS selector path was generating. We are just copying the relative XPath, and again we'll write our code. Await page.locator, and now we need to perform the just click on click option. So either you can provide the timeout to make sure whether it was performing the logout successfully, because once after done the logout, again it is showing the same title only since it is in the same login page. So again we are providing to have URL title, and again I would like to provide expect page dot to have URL. So provide the same URL. Yes. So now we can run our code now. We can execute our code. So if it is passing, fine. If it is fails, means again we can investigate now. What is the code name? So again I would like to show login and logout. Login and logout in Orange HRM application. Okay, that is the test case name I just changed. Now if we can run now, we'll change the test case name logout, login logout dot spec.js. Just press enter. So we need to check now. So no test found. The reason is in this way. Have I observed it here? We have not saving our code. Yes, we can save our test. Again run one more time. So now also it is providing the same name. So we can cross check whether the name we are provided proper or not. Login logout.spec.js. So clear login logout.spec.js headed. Yes, we are provided the name is proper only login log logout. So Cross check here. So something is missing here. We're missing something called as one flower bracket is missing. That's the reason. So while copy pasting, so the file was missing some content. So fine. I copied the same thing. Again we'll run one more time. So now it has to launch the browser. It has to enter the username password. And it has to click on logout. Yes, it was closing. So in order to make sure whether it was the logout become proper or not, again we can provide the timeout. Page dot timeout. Wait for timeout. Because for confirmation purpose only, whether it was logout properly or not. For that purpose, for only for our understanding purpose only, but that's not at all required. Already it become a pass. For this time, running one more time. Yes, our test case become successful. It was performed login and logout operation successfully. So once after writing this particular code, again we'll try to push the same code into our main branch. So again what we should do? Again same steps only. So what is the next step? So this is for QA step. That's the reason we have created two folders. See again I would like to explain about folder structure. Under Playwright QA automation, first one called demo workspace, second one called current workspace. Under demo workspace, first we have created a project and we written on two test cases, sample 1 demo1.spec.js, demo2.spec.js, and the same project we are pushed into our GitHub repository, and next one once after creating the main branch. So the next one, the same project from same repository we have cloned in the current workspace. That repository in turn contains the same project. Now we are pointing to the same project, which is the project under current workspace. What the Playwright project is available. In the same Playwright project only we are doing some changes. What are the changes we are doing? The same changes we are pushing into repository and merging with the main branch. This is the step we are doing. So what about the demo workspace? Demo workspace now there won't be any useful. So even if we can delete the demo workspace also fine. The main purpose of demo workspace we have created to create of our Playwright repository. The stable project we need to create. The stable project we need to push at first time. Okay, for that purpose only we are using. We have used. Okay, now we need to work with only the current workspace. So again go to here our command prompt. Suppose you would like to do from beginning means again I would like to do exit. Again I'll show from beginning. Exit. There is no command prompt. So now again in order to push our new test code. So which is the new test means login logout. Again go to our repository under test. We don't have a login logout spec.js. So that's the reason we need to push into our repository and we need to merge into main branch. So how we can do it means go to Playwright QA automation. In the current workspace there is a folder called Playwright automation repository. Here we need to right click and show more option. You need to select open git bash here. So maximize this one. So currently we are in QA branch. Yes, it is an acceptable one. First type a command called git status. What git status can provide? Untracked files it will provide. So untracked files means the files which are available in the QA branch, the same which are not available in the main branch. So now we can copy this particular file. We would like to add. How to add? Git add. The same file name we need to provide. Login, logout. Yes, enter. Yes, the file got added. Once after adding, we need to provide git commit -m. Provide the comments now. Login and logout scenario test case. Scenario test, that's it. Login and logout scenario test. Just press enter. Yes, it is committed properly. Now we need to push this particular change. So just click on push, git push, enter. Yes, it is pushed properly. Again, we will go to our Playwright automation repository. Now also I am unable to view compare and pull request. So if this option is available, yes, directly click and you can create a pull request. Otherwise, okay, there is one more option is available in order to create a pull request. Click on pull request and new pull request. So there are two options are available, base and compare. Compare should be QA branch. So from QA branch to base main branch. Create pull request. So logout and logout scenario test and click on create pull request. So it takes some time to make this particular button become enable. Usually it won't take much more time. Because of my network speed or some other reason, it's taking some more time. So it is telling merging is blocked due to failing merge requirements. So we'll see now. So again, click on this one, pull request. So now login and logout scenario. Select the same thing. So now yes, it become enabled now. Merge pull request. Click on merge and confirm merge. Sometimes this kind of issue will be occurs. Again navigate and again you can click one more time. So now you can click on our repository, select the project and select the test. So now login logout spec.js file is available. The same code is available at here. Okay, so what are the things we have done today means, so we need to perform the installation of Playwright for JavaScript. For that purpose we have downloaded and installed the Node.js, and we have configured the Node.js path in environment variable, and we have verified whether the Node.js has configured properly in the command prompt, and we are download and install the VS Code, and afterwards we are written some. Now we have created a folder called Playwright QA automation, and this folder contains two folders, demo workspace and current workspace. So in the demo workspace we have created in the demo workspace we have created a folder. The same folder is acted as a Playwright test. By using this particular command we have, so in order to create a Playwright project, so we went with installation and we are running this particular command init npm init playwright @latest. So it was created the project. So once after creating the project, we have written around some two tests, demo1.spec.js, demo2.spec.js. Once those two are working fine, so we have created a GitHub configuration for the same project, because as administrator I would like to push that particular code into our repository, and afterwards once it was done, the same thing we have done the clone from the Playwright, the GitHub repository we have cloned it here, and in this particular project I have created multiple scenarios, multiple test case for launching the browser, login to the application, and login logout. These are the code we have written. Okay, thank you.